Hi there. Thank you so much for checking out my healing page, Healing Homes. My name's Sandra Nelson Healing.com. You're probably on my YouTube channel, or Facebook, or website. I suppose, in brief, a little bit about Healing Homes and where it came from. I am so passionate about the way that we live. Our environment has an enormous impact on us. Not only are we affected by things which are on the outside, influencing our sight, our smell, our touch, our taste, all the senses which lead to our kind of psychic self, our spiritual self, but we're really, really affected by the energy of objects and what those objects represent to us in our lives. So one of the things I noticed, I talk about this a little bit in my about page on my website. One of the things that I really noticed through my lifetime was that perception of when you walk into a building. So when I was working in sales and construction and selling construction type products, I used to walk into buildings and immediately, like a shockwave, I would feel this energy come right through my system, and I would get an impression of the building. I'd get an impression of the stress levels of the building, or how the energy was flowing through the building. And quite often then, when I was in the sales meetings, it would prove to be quite accurate. My perception would have been at least 99% accurate. And I took that on board, because when then in my own home environment, I really wanted to be surrounded by things that were really beautiful, things that were meaningful to me, things that were practical, things that I used every day. You've probably noticed in this video, there's a really beautiful harp behind me. I'm learning how to play the harp, but this is something that I use every day. I also have a piano. That is something that I use every day. And it is about surrounding ourselves with objects and things that we treasure, that we love. We're also sometimes surrounded by things that are really, really sentimental. But what I found when I used to walk into different people's houses, sometimes they were clients' houses, sometimes a house was haunted, or the person had repetitive bad luck. And I would douse around the house. I would check for energy lines, I would check for fairy lines, I would check for water, and I would get a real sense of something that was going on around in the building or in the person themselves. And I really developed this page and this offering and this service because I have been that person who's lived in houses that have been stuck. The energy's been stuck in the area. There's maybe a past life stuckness to the house. It may have been that basically some healing energy needed to be directed into certain areas in the house. And I have been that person who's lived in haunted houses where there's been a lot of spirit activity, there's been a lot of spirit traffic, and I've had to work really, really hard. And I got to the point where I was totally fed up with it, and I had to put up a personal boundary and say, look, I am sick to the teeth of moving into houses that are unwell, that are sick. And so by creating this offering to be able to help other people who are struggling with a house which is maybe feeling a bit stuck, the energy is a bit stagnant, maybe there's lots of accidents, there's lots of arguments, maybe there's a lot of change constantly revolving, maybe the energy feels very spinny in the house, there may be nightmares, maybe children don't sleep well, maybe you don't sleep well, and this is something that I'm really interested in. I'm a roll the sleeves up type of person, and let's get to it, and get to it quite quickly. We can work out quite quickly where the blockages are in your home. So that's a little bit about healing homes. There is more to it, but if you send me an email or an inquiry, I can break down how we can approach it and what the costs are that are associated with it as well. But the main thing I think is that for a lot of people, they underestimate the power of energy and the power of energy that we have within us. We have within us as humans this great capacity to have strong thoughts, have really strong emotions, which creates strong chemistry, and that chemistry goes outwards, out of our energy field, from the inside, from the thought, from the emotion. That chemistry goes out into our energy field, and it does have an impact on the world around us. It has an impact on who we attract to us, and it has an impact on what we're sending and what messages we're saying to other people. And so if you surround yourself with this home which is full of beauty, full of the things that you love, that are important to you and to the other people that maybe you share the home with, then you're creating this nurturing environment, an environment where your home should be a place where you feel really held, you feel really protected and really cherished. A home should be an environment where you're always feeling that you can thrive, that it's your best place. And that's what I hope to offer to people who wish to have some support, and maybe who have been having quite a lot of difficult experiences with their home. So thank you so much for taking time to listen to this. I hope you leave a comment or like and share my video. And if I can help you in any way, please drop me an email and let me know. Thank you.